All right, we are bringing it back. Okay, truck has gone to paint. Frame is gone to powder coat. So we focusing back on the MC because I'm way behind on it. There's a wiring video that it's somewhere in the middle that I was doing the wiring, and then Fat Boy's truck came in and we got sidetracked from this one, and so that video is halfway, but I almost finished with the wiring and I didn't pick up that video. So y'all gonna see that video, the beginning, and then a little mixture at the end of it. But the wiring is in here. It's behind this shit. And you can see it's going right there, but it's already done. It's just mocked up. It's halfway zip tied because I still gotta loom it. I have to put a plug right here so they can disconnect it if they ever take off this fender. I'm using a mock-up dash, but you can see the harness. You can see the fuse box. We're still waiting on the windows regulators. It's from that new something regulators. It's NU, the name of the company. Other than that, the vintage air is on. I just got to do the duck for the dash. Got to do the ducking for the dash and mount the Terminator X where it has to end up at. What else? The brake is done too. I had to modify it, but I don't know. You can see it. You can't see it back there, but I had to modify it. I had to cut the original pin where that brake loop goes to, so I modified all that and drilled a new hole and put the one that goes with this adapter piece that goes into the wheel wood. Okay, moving on back. The diff is done. The gears are in there. It's all mocked up. Right now, what I'm doing is putting the battery in the back. You can see that's the new loom, new harness coming into the tail light pigtail right there. I mocked up the old tail lights. He has new covers for him, but we still waiting on the digi tail light inserts that goes inside to make all this digital, and it's going to be able to turn up and down, side to side. But we're still waiting on that, so I'm not going to take these apart until that's here, and then put the new skin on it, the new covers. Meanwhile, that one works, and I put new bulbs in it so I can see if it all works. So all the tail lights work, and I put the third brake light right there. That one works. Right here, you can see the Mickey Mouse that somebody already did on it. But the black one is the trunk release, and this orange one is the light. But I don't know where they got that light from, because when it turns on, it shines inside the trunk. It doesn't shine inside. So I'm gonna try to relocate that bulb somewhere, and the trunk is all fucked up. See this? Look at that. Any beat, the whole trunk is all fucked up. See that? Look at that. All fucked up. So the trunk needs to get replaced. This is a Mike Monte license plate holder. I had trouble finding this OEM but now it's made out of plastic, ABS plastic, compared to that soft, I don't know, it was some kind of soft urethane. But I use, on the battery, I used the original battery tray. I just brought it to the back. It's bolted onto it. And that's the original size of a battery for the MC. So if he has any battery trouble, he's got to go to AutoZone and get the original for the 88, you know, for the MC from the 83 to 88 battery. And it fits in there with the side post. And you got a bunch of clearance for the positive. You're not going to touch metal. And that's the negative. Right now we're going to route all the grounds to the car. Like that, at least got some ground to the chassis, to the body. And just run my power straight to the inside, to the front. And that's about it. Over here we got the vintage air. The only problem with this vintage air was this tray. Those line up, but these do not line up. See those? So I have to cut this one off, this tab, move it, and weld this back onto it so it can line up to where it's supposed to be. Something like that. Other than that, we're moving along nicely. It's just gonna be mostly doing the battery, finishing the doghouse. Oh, this fender right here. He ordered new doors, new fenders. This fender came damaged 2 to 3 times. We sent it back and they refunded the money. And now we ordered a fender. So I'm gonna put the original fender back on, the one from this car, and let him figure it out later on. Right now I need to keep on moving. I need to mock up the rest of the stuff, all the lines, the AC lines, the heater lines, all that lines I have to mock up onto top of the fender with the, with the turbo kit. I need to mount the nose. I need to mount the cooler. I need to mount the radiator, condenser, and the intercooler. But I'm going to change the intercooler for a heat exchanger, because it's supposed to have a Harley high rise with a built-in intercooler. But I need a heat exchanger with an ice box, so it can keep the whole intake system cold. So we are moving on. So that's the update of an update of an update. So remember, the Cutlass is gone, but it's coming back. Right now they fixing the fenders on the Cutlass because they got destroyed when it was out being tested and driven. The tires ate up those quarters, and they pulled some metal and bondo and all kind of shit. So they're getting that repaired. Having some battery issues, so that's why it's coming back. The turbo system is fine. It's having some batteries issues. When you go full throttle, it shuts down something that is shutting down the tune. It shuts down the tune. The car goes dead, but then it picks up again. So we got to figure out what's having an issue. I want to say it's the battery. It just probably got some dead cells on it, but I don't know until I see the car. But that's the only problem with the car, is just having some battery issues. That it's at 14 volts at idle or driven, and then it just drops down to 9-10 volts for no reason. It just drops, and then it picks up again. So I'm thinking when it drops down to 9 or 10 volts, it's taken from the computer system or the fuel system or anything from the system of the car, that it's just wants to die. But it doesn't completely die. That's what they say. It's not. I haven't driven the car. I'm going by what the tuner said and what Mac's saying, that it just dies but not completely dies. It just goes dead, like it flats, and then it just picks up again, like it just nothing happened, like it just full throttles again. And it only happens at full throttle, so we gotta see what's the situation on that. So until the car comes back, we make a video on that one with the owner so he can show me, because I don't drive these cars like that. I got a Class B for commercial. So that's it for that. Right now we gonna put the fenders, the inner fenders. I gotta finish the brake system, but I cannot finish this brake system, the tubes, because I need to know where all the piping is gonna be so I can get that shit out the way. So right now is mostly gonna be grounds, mounting at that, mounting the nose because the sun is eating that nose up. And that's about it. I gotta change the column. This is the original column right here, but I have to rebuild the whole column. I gotta take it all apart, clean it up, paint it, put all the new stuff in there. It has new wiring, so I gotta do that. The other one is just a mock-up column. And that's about it. Engine is coming back out, right? It just went in there so we can mock shit up. Because how we moved it back, we had to do the transmission again, the transmission mount. We had to do that. Now where the turbos dumps in there, it's hitting the frame, so I'm gonna have to cut the frame a notch so I can put a 90, and the drain will come this way. But I have to cut the fucking frame. I gotta make a notch on it. Other than that, we good. But I'll bring it back as we go. It's mostly not gonna be an update because me and Danny's by ourselves, and we need to really push this car out. Not fully out, but we gotta get further up to date on this car. I still gotta finish that door, put the latch, the door handles, and all that stuff on that door. This one has it. I gotta put the new locks in it. I gotta do a lot of stuff that is minor, but it takes some time, so I have to do that. So you might not have see us working further along, but yeah, we'll see an ending to this video somewhere in the future right now. All right, we're bringing it back. We didn't complete a lot of shit. All right, but the ground is done to the car. It has a odd 2 going from the chassis to battery. Then it got a 2 gauge going from battery to the body. The power's still not done. It's just we need a ground so I can start testing some shit. Make sure everything got ground on the car. The ground is very important. I took the feathers. We terminated this. Now it's on. I have to put the fender, but it has I ordered a power antenna for it, so I have to install the power antenna. This is the old fender. You can see it's all damaged here. It's damaged over there. Has a big old dent right here. But we need to wash it before it goes in. We were testing out the lights right now, but the brake lights are not working. They are only the parking lights are working, but the brake light's not working. The third brake light is working, but not the fucking brake lights. So, but I don't have no access to the column because it doesn't have a key. You see, it's broken there. Oh, focus. It's broken. So what I'm gonna do is take off the column, put the original column on, and see if I can key on and see what it does with the key on. Because some of the fucking light thingies goes into the column first. You can see those right there. Those are the lights, like the yellow one. The yellow one is the right turn signal. No. Yellow is left turn signal for the rear. The dark green one is a dark green in there. It's like somewhere in there. But the dark green one is the right side for the rear. So I guess it's not making contact to that because I just have it on the other column. I just have it like squeezed on together just so it can hold the position where I want it. Like I can't trigger the high beams, I can't trigger nothing because it's all missing inside that shit. It's missing all the levers on that column, but it had all the same connections, and he had the column when I started the harness. He just dropped that off. He dropped off his seat. That's the driver's seat, and y'all can see the console right there. But the console probably is not gonna work with the big shifters. That's why we have the console here and the floor, the seat. But I have to install the dash first. So there's a lot of shit that has to fucking go in there first before we start doing that shit. But right now, I wanted to make sure the electrical is good to go so I can mount the fucking dash. But no, it didn't work out that way. So that's gonna be the end of this video, and that's the update of the update. We calling the car the CHP mcss because you know they had a Fox body CHP, they had a 3rd gen Camaro CHP, they had a 4th gen Camaro CHP, but I don't think they had an MC CHP. But with the wheels is a CHP mcss. So I have to trim this header because I tried it off the other headers and it's still not working. So I'm gonna have to trim this header and have OTM weld that up for me. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'll try next weekend to get you another video, but the thing is we trying to work fast as we can, and there's a lot of like little hiccups here and there. Like we didn't have the fittings for the battery, so we had to change bolts and stuff like that. There were bolts that was already installed the car. It went from a 1/2 to a 3/8 bolts for the grounds. We had to do a lot of stuff. Ew. But yeah, but that's it. Catch you on the next one.